All right. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Uncle Makara, all relations. Let's get started today. Grab onto some notepads, something to write with, perhaps even something comfortable to move in, because sometimes it's nice to move and talk and embody this kind of new energy and so forth. So get really comfortable and just make sure that you are ready to evolve. Because in Nexus November, this is what we're really focusing on, is this concept of metamorphosis, of evolution, okay? So let's settle down. Settle down, children, settle down. All right, Uncle Makara is gonna speak about this lecture right now. Commanding spirits is technically also commanding the elements within, okay? And this is very, very important and key to understand, okay? I believe I have it in my media somewhere. Hold on. Yep, here we go. Let's make a note of this, okay? Water, reproductive fluid, creativity. Fire is the Sacred Heart, as well as passion. Air is the breath and the intellect. Earth is your flesh, your physical body, and the grounding, the stability, right? And the ether is the divine essence or idea of space or unity, okay? So spaciousness becoming unity, all right? So, all right, let me just change the settings here so you guys can comment and if you have any comments. It's good to be here, man. Good to be back in the dojo that is the YouTubes and the pin interests and the Facebooks, okay? All the social medias. Let's go. Upward spiral, okay? Now, let's get ready to break this topic down. I just want to let the tribe know that we are live, okay? We're live now. So join us. Join us, okay? Creepy ass mofo. All right, settle in, folks. So it's Uncle Makra in the house. Shout out to my guy Frank White Sorcerer for these immaculate notes. I watched some of his videos. I'm ready to teach you guys from a different angle, from a flow state angle, from a peak performance angle. So he's out there on some next level wizardry. Obviously, he's a professional. He doesn't play around. Also, shout out to some other mystical channels, Gigi Young, Universal Mastery, just a few occultists to name to confirm this topic, which is inner authority, commanding the spirit world. And today we're diving into the real deal, right? Summoning spirits and taking on their power. But first thing is first, this is not a space for dabblers. If you think this is some kind of a party trick or like hollow Hollywood magic, you're in the wrong space, my friends. But if you're here to transform, to evolve, to wield real power, then you're exactly where you need to be. So let's talk about the mechanics of calling on spirits, working with their energy, and integrating their power into your life. So before you even think about summoning a spirit, let me make this very clear. You need a strong, energetic foundation. Okay? So this is step one. Build your own energy first, okay? You need a strong, energetic foundation. You don't roll up to a heavyweight fight without training, right? Same with spirits. And trust me when I say this, they're not going to take you seriously if your energy is weak or scattered. So you start by building your energy through grounding practices. You work with the elements. You use tools like wands, crystals, whatever, right? And you cultivate your own life force through meditation, breath work, and this is the training ground. Okay. Next thing, you got to find the right spirit to work with, right? You feel this energetic pull towards working with this specific being, okay? Now, you're not just calling on a random energy out there. You're there to build a relationship. Just simply for the fact if you're swiping on Tinder, right? And you're on like Tinder in the spirit world, let's say, right? You're pulling fae and mermaids and banshees and so forth. You would want to build a relationship, a foundation first, right? And then the spirit you choose should resonate with you. Just like you'll feel that pull, just like attraction is a pull. It's a not a choice, right? It's a pull, it's nature, it's an intuitive gravitation towards a specific entity, an archetype, an energy. That's your signal because it's usually your subconscious mind telling you that you might be lacking this thing or you might have access to this thing, like in a past life or even in your memories or, the more you think about something, obviously you're charging that spirit, okay? So find the right one. Okay, it's very easy to know that you'll feel this divine pull towards working with that being. We also have a mystery school, so I'm there to help you, be your guide, and help you along that path because I've done so with my own guides. And so it's very natural that I teach others to do the same. Okay, but that's your call. Okay, so step 3 is to use tools to connect with different energies, different spirits, different frequencies. Okay. Now, of course, you can use binaural beats to hack this process, like putting yourself into maybe a theta waves so that you get into that kind of hypnotic, daydreamy state where, spiritual contact is more common in those states. Okay. So mantras, I see mantras are like spiritual phone numbers. Okay. Because when you chant a mantra associated with a spirit, it's like you're dialing them up. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not just words, it's the frequency of recognition of that spirit, respect, and drawing them in, pulling them in. You're creating the right vibration, right? And a sigil, this is for the modern day shaman to understand this. Sigils are like a cosmic password. So you draw the spirit's password on the paper to create a gateway, a bridge between the physical and astral planes. So that's your invitation for the spirit to then enter your space, right? So when you call on the spirit, you're not begging, right? You're not begging. You're showing respect, right? So mantra, sigils, your intention all communicate. I'm seriously wanting to connect with you. And belief, that's your currency. If you don't believe in what you're doing, the spirit is not going to believe in what you're doing. So confidence in your magic is a baseline. Confidence in your own process is non-negotiable, okay? Understand that. Once the spirit arrives, it's time to engage with it. This isn't just about asking things, it's about collaboration. Here are some questions that you can ask as a very beginner shaman, okay? How can I evolve? What do I need to know about myself? And what's the next step in my spiritual journey? Okay. Now pay attention to your inner dialogue. Sometimes they don't use words or thoughts, they'll use a distant voice, a secondary dialogue to know that your connection is deepening. They'll use more than one sense, right? So you'll get a tingle or your shoulder blade will feel some kind of a little pinch or a gesture from the spirit world, right? So you have to pay attention to all of these little internal dialogue that's happening as you ask these questions, because those are going to be clues. So you write them down. So this is why you need to journal and write things down too, right? This is high level work. If your intentions are off, If you're just doing this to test this out for selfish, low vibrational reasons, the spirit might even siphon your energy instead of empowering you, right? So this is why spirits respect purpose, evolution, and seriousness to make sure that you are aligned and then they are aligned. They're going to know. Okay, they're going to know. So summoning spirits isn't just about power, it's about partnership. These beings, these entities are here to help you grow, transform, and reach your highest potential. So this is why you treat them with respect. You stay consistent and approach this work with a very serious heart, right? That's the gist of it. Let me know if this resonates, okay? Your evolution is the source of your magic, okay? So as you know, professionals get things done. So I appreciate those joining me today because I'm taking your very precious time and we're diving into something very rarely spoken about, right? The power over spirit. So this isn't a dime a dozen mysticism chatter that you've heard before. This is the real deal, and I'm here to break it down. So let's keep it on it, okay? Working with the unseen world isn't for everybody. It's not natural, okay? It's supernatural. It takes a particular type of person, a distinct character or personality as a mystic. And I'm going to show you how to become that kind of person because someone who doesn't just knock politely on the doors of the unseen, but commands them to be open. You guys get that? So before we dive too deep, let me remind you, this game is not for the faint-hearted, okay? I've been up, you know, just working on myself, not because I have to, but because I choose to, okay? So everything in this universe operates on laws, visible ones like gravity and invisible ones like karma, frequency, resonance, right? So most people think that their visible actions control outcomes. Wrong. The unseen world is the puppeteer behind every coincidence in your life. So your purpose isn't some fluffy motivational, thing. It's the engine of the universe backing you. So when you're in alignment with that, you're unstoppable. If you're not, you'll feel it in your chaos that surrounds your world. Purpose is your compass because when you align with it, okay, when you align with the spirits, the elements, and even reality itself starts playing on your team. Okay, how do you get to purpose? We have a process for that too. Curiosity towards passion, then towards purpose. Okay, it's called the passion of the Christ, the suffering of the Christ, right? The word patir means to suffer. Passion is suffering. But what are you willing to suffer for? Are you enjoying that suffering? That's the question. Then there's ethics. I'm not talking about moral groupthink, like don't steal because society says so. I'm talking about the unshakable codes you impose on yourself. Ethics, right? So you want to be rock solid in your principles, even if no one's watching. You still stay aligned. You get what I mean? You're not doing it for external validation. Because trust me, spirits, they're always watching. They're always watching. They know. Okay. They know there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to seek with them. Okay. We're not playing hide and seek with these spirits. No way. There's only a tiny bit of visible light, right? It's like 0.1 or something, right? It's that only that tiny bit that we're experiencing the world through. Imagine the 99 point whatever percent, right? That's it. That unseen world is what we're trying to understand as a mystic. But you're not going to it's not going to fall on your lap. You have to be so rock solid in your principles as if nobody's watching. So let me tell you this, truth is your sword. If you want to slice through lies, distortions, chaos, you don't need a better mantra. You don't need some kind of fancier ritual. You just need the truth. The more truth you bring into your life, the more powerful and charismatic you become. Because people will listen to you, not because you force them to, because your presence demands it. So presence demands truth, actually. So if this hit you right in the gut, if you're feeling that pull and you know what to do, don't just live command. Okay. Here's some food for thought. Your emotions are like spirits. Yep, you heard me correctly. When you're sad, the spirit of sadness is hanging out with you, feeling some type of way. Let's say horny, the old school folks might say the spirit of lust is on you, okay? What's happening here? Your emotions, your energy and motion are like visitors. They show up, they linger, and they interact with your vibe, and then they're gone. Now, what's a spirit really? Strip away the mystical hype. It's lingering energy. It's energy that stays a bit longer. Okay, that's a spirit. So think of it like a ghost. A ghost, that energy hasn't moved on yet. You see? The energy of a ghost is it's still stuck in the past, or it hasn't really moved on from things yet. So they're given a chance in the spirit world to see and be a ghostly or whatever. They're not there to haunt, like the movies say, right? They're there to figure out what their karma was. Like, if you strip away all the nonsense, you start to see this, but nobody does, right? So I'm here doing it. I'm left with all the work. That's okay, you know? I'm open to that. Like, I want to do that. So spirits, energies, emotions, they're all the same when you break it down. Ever wonder why alcohol is called spirit, alcohol, right? It means body eating spirit, right? Because it opens you up. It introduces energies you might not even know you're dealing with. And here's the thing. Here's the download. You can command these energies. Just like Jesus did, right? The OG Ascended Master wasn't out here letting energies boss him around, right? Buddha wasn't just going to submit to Mara. No, no, they stood firm. They said, get out, not just to the demons, but to all energies trying to coerce him, to force him. And guess what? That wasn't just about him flexing divine muscle because he knew the Father. It was a reminder that we can do the same. So let's say you're procrastinating right now. You feel stuck. You feel lazy. You feel uninspired. You think that's you? You think that's you? That's not you. That's the spirit of procrastination. That's the spirit of sloth. That's the spirit of laziness. Chilling with your vibe right now. So what do? You command it to fucking leave. Spirit of procrastination, get the fuck off me. Spirit of productivity, please come through. It's that simple. Now listen close. This isn't about summoning something for kicks. It's about mastery. So maybe it doesn't work the first time, but some of you did it right now and you felt a shift, right? So that's the thing. That's the power of your words. And the word was God, right? It was with God. And so it's about you, the operator. Exoteric magic is for the outside world, the stuff you see on forums. Is this the right candle to use? Is this the sigil to summon on their best day? Okay. But esoteric, that's turning inwards and realizing your mind, body, and energy field are the true instruments. This is the inner engineering, as Sadhguru calls it, right? Everybody's focused on the outer engineering, right? Work hard, get paid. Sure, that's part of it, but what's the esoteric view? Money is energy. Its rules are rooted in systems like maritime law and cash flow, liquid assets, which all tie back to a certain frequency. So if you want to master money, you learn its language. Latin is also key there, right? Or Sanskrit, and aligning your energy field to its flow. I'm telling you guys, reality's perception and frequency. You guys can actually do this as shamans, right? Give me a thumbs up if this is new stuff that you haven't heard, something that you can actually apply and you can move forward with, right? Here's the harsh truth. Most people are trapped, right? The mind has been programmed with limiting beliefs and words that function like spells, right? They're stuck in a spell. The body is a system of cells, literally a prison for your spirit, right? The rulers of this world, they're magicians, and they've been setting these traps for centuries. They keep you bound to the lower three chakras, right? Survival, fear, base desires. Survival, fear, base desires. So to command these spirits, you have to break free from your own prison. That's the break out of the matrix. That's what they keep talking about, right? It starts with mastering you. You get that? So there's levels of perception, right? There's a base perception. Let's kind of draw this out, right? So there's like a base perception, you could say, right? This is where you're stuck in 3D reality. Everything feels separate, chaotic. It's out of control, man. I'm so reactive. I'm insecure. I'm trying to bulldoze my way through life, bro. I don't give a F, right? That's the energy. Then we have another energy of awakened perception. Now, what is this? You realize magic exists, actually. You sense energies and spirits, but you can't fully interact with them or command them, but you understand there's something more here to the video game of life, right? Something has woken up in your perception that tells you that you can actually take control of this video game of life, right? That's awakened perception. Advanced perception is when you transcend your own mind and emotions, okay? When you transcend above the mind and its emotions. So that's like Jesus walking on water, right? You gain control of over ideas and information, the forces that shape energy flow. So at this level, you're not just playing the game, right? You're rewriting the rules of the game. You command spirits because your consciousness is operating on a level where they're naturally subservient to you. Does that make sense? So that's mastery. Mastery is when you're rewriting the rules. Okay? So how do we command spirits? Before you can control anything external, you must integrate all parts of yourself. Okay? So self-awareness is first. Self-awareness is first. Confront your shadows, heal your traumas, remove the energetic blocks. Some of you are already doing that, and bravo. Bravo for doing that work because nobody wants to do it, right? So you're already 1 foot ahead of those people who've never touched this work. Now, you build your energy, meditation and energy work are non-negotiables, right? These practices expand your perception, give you the power to interact with higher frequencies, so why not do it? Just find your own version of it. That's exciting, right? If you don't like sitting down meditating, create a dynamic meditation for yourself, right? You got to move with it. You got to do it. So spirits aren't your servants. They're collaborators. You approach them with a clear rootedness in your evolution, not in greed, not in manipulation, a really genuine want to grow. And if you're open to that, I trust me, they will be so open to helping you. If you're emotionally attached to an outcome, you're not in control. True power comes from operating beyond ego-driven desire. Okay, so when you reach a certain level of mastery, like here, you won't need tools or rituals anymore because your presence alone will summon the spirits for you. Because you've built the character, the identity that carries the weight of your consciousness, you see? It commands a certain state of your consciousness, and that's how we're commanding these spirits. But it isn't hard. It's simple, not easy, right? It isn't a shortcut either. It's a natural byproduct of deep inner work. So you want the power, you have to earn it by freeing yourself from the manipulative systems that keep most people stuck. This isn't about doing flashy rituals and, cool titles like, 15th Sage Black Magician of the Ninth Order of the 18th limb of the social mastery class that I did in 2022 or whatever. Baby stuff, man. Come on. It's about limitlessness. You don't have a certification to tell you that this is who you are. Listen, if you want to go beyond the basics, if you're tired of the noise, if you're ready to command the currents of reality, here's the takeaway. You got to confront your conditioning. You got to free your consciousness. You got to go within. You got to let the power flow naturally. And the point of summoning and commanding these spirits, it's meant to be as effortless as breathing. Now, for some of you, you're like, you're really pushing this thing right up the mountain. Now, this might feel weird or even wrong because of some religious programming you have, but let's be real. Let's be real. Whether you call it energy or spirit, it's the same thing. You're already interacting with these energies. When someone cuts you off in traffic and you get angry, that's the spirit of anger taking the wheel now. So these energies need a vessel. That's the kicker, right? They're floating around waiting for someone to act through. So what if you just tapped into the right energy sequence, right? And you're just tapping into joy, right? As you're living. You can't do jack unless you find a body to animate, right? That's what spirit is. They can't do jack shit unless they have a body to animate. And that's where you come in. You're not fighting the person who annoyed you, hurt you, wronged you. You're fighting the energy animating them. Do you guys get this? Yep. So even with bigger picture stuff like injustice, war, corruption, coercion, it isn't about individuals. It's about the energies of corruption, the energies of injustice, the energy of war, the energy of greed, pulling the strings. But just as lower energies can dip us down, higher energies like love, peace, and joy can raise us up. So what do we do with this knowledge? You take control. You feel lazy, you command it to leave. You feel heavy, you invite in and summon in lightness. You guys get this? This is the pleasure alchemist. You want more peace, you call it in. You use your authority. You don't let the energy run you. You run the energy. You don't let the energy run you. You run the energy. And if calling it a spirit feels too much, fine. Just call it a vibe or something, right? But the words don't matter as much as the intention. Because here's the truth. We are spirits animating bodies made of energy. And when you learn to work with this power, the entire game shifts for you. It changes. It's over to you. Drop your thoughts, man. Let's keep this energy moving. Until next time, stay commanding, stay powerful, and as always, stay aligned. You know what I say? Purpose first, purpose first, noise later. Purpose first, noise later. Okay? This is how you command spirits and work with these elements, man. You can just, retain some of this water energy, right? You can speak into your passions and build on that fire that you transmute the rage into passion, into movement, into productivity, right? Use the air, you breathe, right? You get yourself back into spirit again. Okay. Then air, I mean earth, your physical body, you ground your physical body, work with the physical body more, right? Maybe you do some exercise, some qigong, some yoga. And with the ether, you through your meditation, through your stillness, through your like that little bit of silence after you did that breath work, right? Where you close your eyes finally and you go tune inwards. That's that ether. That's that divine essence that's going in and flowing in through your chakras, especially your voice, right? How you speak. So again, very, very powerful. It's creating the sense of unity. And so use all of this together would be my advice to you. Okay. This is how you're going to take control of this thing. And remember, you're calling certain numbers with mantras, you're entering certain passwords to open gateways, right? That's really pretty much it. You want to get to more of a mastery perception, okay? Mastery perception. That's going to be the best thing ever, okay? Allow people to reconsider, okay? Allow people to reconsider. I want to end with a very funny story that happened to me, okay? So I went into the astral world with the Roman version of Pan, essentially, Faunus, who I did not trust one bit in the beginning. Then I began to understand his energy. He pointed me on the back of a fairy dragon, right? A dragon with like fairy wings. And I saw some like Asian woman pointed out, right? I think she might have been Tibetan or Asian or something. She said, there's a wish dragon there for your friend as well, probably talking about Ryan G, right? And so then these gargoyles talk to these dragons in riddles and back and forth. And they gave all the Primal Sutra adepts some kind of dragonfly blessings. And then I think right now, these, 12 stages, 12 chapters of this enlightenment, which we mentioned yesterday, right? The domains came from this realm, came from these earth magic energies, right? So I think foundationally using this dragon's help in the visualization um really helped me to understand how we would balance the mind body spirit complex, right, which is the human complex, the human, right, the different hues of the chakras. So this is what you want to do, okay? For me, I was told to listen to more eloquent things in my ears, like audiobooks, poetry, erotic novels, things that spark my natural language of the star archetype and brings it through very naturally. Ryan G was told to, do more body-based movements with his core wound, and then also to um, allow new energy to flow in with a kind of a mantra meditation, a dynamic style of movement as well. So everybody has these different codes coming through, but right now there's going to be a lot of BS, as I said. Just watch out for all of the nonsense out there in the spiritual communities. They're going to try to distract you from your mission. Okay. Don't get distracted. You don't have any more side quests left. Okay. It's almost the end of the year. So now it's time to really lock in, tap in. This is winter arc mode. Come on, let's get it. Okay. This is it. Okay. And trust your purpose because your purpose is your compass. It is your golden north. Okay. If you think about it in terms of your soul star chakra right above your crown chakra. Okay, is very, very linked to that. Okay. So tap in. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. This is Drew Pakunli behind me. Hey, I got my own thunderbolt flowing wisdom. The ladies know, let's get it, upward spiral gang. Let's never be the same again. Let's evolve to infinity and beyond, as Buzz Lightyear would say. To infinity and beyond. Let's get it. Upward spiral gang, gang, gang. Ossa. You got this, guys.